Well, it's Monday. It's time to open up some mail. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to do something a little bit differently from here on out. Usually when I open my mailbags, I start with the mail that's been here the longest, and then I'll work my way up to the earliest. I usually pick about 4 to 5, maybe 6 envelopes out, and then go from there. Well, what I've been noticing is I'm having a theme. And sometimes a theme cannot, let's just say people don't like themes, more randomness. So what I'm going to do, this is all the mail I have right now. As of the recording of this video, I'm going to pick out 5 of these envelopes just randomly. And then I'm going to open them up. So then I don't have so much of a theme. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to pick out a large one here. I'm going to set it aside. Let's take out a small one. Let's do this one. 3, 1 down there, 4, and 5. Let's get rid of these. And we'll open these in a future Mailbag Monday. Which leaves me with these 5 envelopes to open today. So let's get started in opening these 5 envelopes today's Mailbag Monday. So this first one comes to me from Woodstock, Illinois. Got a long envelope here. I think I can just tear it right here down the edge. Get into it here. Let's see what's in here. Looks like they got some paperwork, envelope, and take the postcard. There we go. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, what we have here. The Royal House. Looks like another motel. Not sure where this one's from. Let's take a look here. Royal House Motel. The motel with a French flair on US 90 West at 448 Mobile Highway in Pensacola, Florida. It's convenient to the Naval Air Station. Individually controlled air conditioning and electronically heated rooms. Has phones, a pool, and a playground. Now, I'm not sure if this is there or not. I'm going to do a little research. And I'll put up on the screen here what's there now. This is some of the older postcard motels. Guessing, kind of looking at the cars, 50s or 60s in that time frame. Don't recall what's there. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and look on Google. But yeah, it's just thought interesting. The whole sign's, just kind of eye-catching and kind of shows you the fancy rooms there with the, maybe it's a color TV and wall-to-wall carpeting. But yeah, just one of those little postcards I had to get for the Pensacola historical stuff. I'm kind of branching out away from my hometown and getting to some other areas around the country that I visit frequently. So this is going to be interesting addition to that collection. And this next one comes to me from Sparta, Tennessee. That sounds kind of familiar. Don't know where that's at though. It sounds familiar. But anyways, let's go ahead and rip into this one. Kind of a bigger envelope. And let's see what we got here. Oh, I know what this is. Without even looking at it, this is Ober Gatlinburg, if I'm not mistaken, what's now called Ober Mountain. I think the beginning of this year they changed owners and changed the name. I'm still going to call it Ober Gatlinburg no matter what. It's always going to be Ober Gatlinburg to me. This is the chairlifts that go up the mountain. If you look, this right here is actually alpine slides. So you get on a little sled that has wheels on it, and you're in a little concrete or stainless steel trough, and you shimmy on down the mountain, kind of race your opponent in the next lane over, 2 lanes. Interesting. But anyways, you got a 1978. Starting at the right, Eagle Top Chairlift, Gatlinburg Ski Resort. It's a 3,300 double chairlift. Operates year-round. So, yep, I was right. I've actually been on this once before, about 13, 14 years ago. It's always fun to have a little chairlift ride up the mountains. And actually, we got up, and halfway it stops, and you can get off and ride the little alpine sled, or you keep on going to the very top, and they have like bands playing and a little gift shop and drinks and snacks, that sort of thing. Kind of a overlook you could look at above the mountaintops and through the valleys and then hollers and all that stuff. But yeah, there's a lot changed to this since then. I think there's a dry slide right in here. There's something over here that's been changed up, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember what it is, but yeah. Like I said, this will always be over Gatlinburg to me. And at one time, I guess it was the Gatlinburg Ski Resort. So it changed names, at least 3 times since then. So, yeah, just one of those things that done in the past, and started finding postcards here and there about it. So I figured it'd go with the Tennessee collection of historical postcards. And the next one comes to me from Bella Vista, Arizona. Got a little thank you sticker on there. And Lisa sent me a thank you card. That was nice of them. Little extra touches. Anyway, I know what this is too. This is the World Trade Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is actually Canal Boulevard. This now is the Harrah's Casino. I think it was the convention center. Yep. New Orleans Rivergate Convention Facility and International Trademark. This is the international trademark that's not used now. I want to say they're trying to renovate it for condos or something like that, multi-purpose building or something like that. Anyways, 1974. Rivergate at Canal Street and Mississippi River, one of the most uniquely constructed convention exhibition halls in the country. So on and so forth. Now the Mississippi River is just the other side of this tall skyscraper. Now, recently, within the last 5 or 6 years ago, my daughter and I were down here just on the other side of this sidewalk, and there was a big sinkhole that happened and collapsed, and they had to shut down that half of the road there. Come to find out, there is tunnels that were dug parallel to the river and actually went under the convention center. I forgot what they were for. I want to say they were trying to do like a transportation route or something. I forgot what it was. I did a little research on it, but like I said, that was 4 or 5 years ago. I just thought that was interesting. We were sitting there, and as we were sitting there, the road was caving in on itself, just standing there. And I took some pictures of it back then. I want to see if I can find them. If I can find them, I'll put them up on the screen. It was kind of interesting. Like I said, this is gone. It's now the big Harrah's Casino right here on the end of the Canal Street. They built a new convention center just on the other side of this, about a block and a half away, kind of in line with this tall skyscraper, more closer to the river. Why they got rid of this, I'm not sure. I think the new convention center was bigger. I don't know. Just bigger and better. I'm not sure. But anyways, just kind of the somewhat local history that's no longer there. A lot of people just think, oh, it was always been the casino. And no, it hasn't always been the casino. So, just interesting. But yeah, this came from Arizona, what I think it was. And if you look here, it was actually addressed to somebody in California. So, it's made its rounds around the world. You know what my coffee mug says? It's a beaver. The Buc-ee's. Not my favorite Buc-ee's cup. I got a glass one. It's green. It's got a crack in it, though. I like it better. Anyways, this next one comes to me from Mobile, Alabama. This is about 30-minute drive from my house. If even that, I could have probably gone and picked this up. But probably not for the cost of that price, that postage stamp. Probably cheaper just to mail it. Anyway, let's see what I got. Is it going to be a local postcard, or is it going to be something from far off? Let's take a look. Wow, this is quite amusing. Give me a second here. Let me never mind. If y'all see my videos, y'all know what I drive. It's in the background of them. I thought this was a postcard. This was a stinking ad for a car lot. They were looking to buy my car that I have. Yeah. They're going to offer me up to $72.50 above market. No, you're going to have to give me more than that. That car is great on gas. Wow, you gotta be kidding me. Anyways, so let's pull off a stack of the other envelopes. This one here. This comes to me from San Bernardino, California. Boy, I feel dumb. Apple Valley, California? Huh, Apple Valley. I like that town. That's a nice name. Let's get into this one. Let's see what we got. Okay, they packaged it well. Thanks, and enjoy the card. Rice-A-Roni box. San Francisco treat. And this card's stuck in there. We'll just slide it out this way. Okay. Now here, this is interesting. This was not planned at all. Okay. So the card that I just opened, that I thought was a card, was actually an ad from Mobile, Alabama. This train was just outside Mobile, Alabama. Technically, it's still in Mobile, Alabama. It's not there anymore. Okay. This is at the Alabama Historama Railway Company at the Battleship Parkway in Mobile, Alabama. This is where the USS Alabama and the USS Drum are at. I've been there once every year or so. I don't think I went this year. But anyways, I've done videos and tours of it here. Me and my daughter, me and my family have gone to it many times. If you're from the area, I just about guarantee you've been to this place. I never knew this was out here. I'm a train fanatic and never realized this was there until I was just searching on eBay just for local cards, Mobile postcards, and this pops up, and I thought it was a mistake on the title, and went here and looked at it, and sure enough, there it was. Serving the Alabama Historama adjacent to the the battleship USS Alabama Park. Enjoy the view of the park and the Mobile skyline from the train. You also thrill to the action-packed, dramatic history of the Alabama and inside Alabama Historama. There was even a little depot, and I guess you could ride the train around. So this is one of those kind of small gauge trains. Never knew this was here. I'm gonna have to do a lot more research. I want to know more about this. This really intrigues me. What happened to it? Where did it go? Why did it shut down? Why did they start this here on this kind of island out there in the Mobile Bay? It just intrigued me. And I haven't seen a postcard like this since. So this kind of piques my interest to do a little more historical research, and maybe go out there one day and try to scope out where it was or that sort of thing. But anyways, I just thought that was a really unique part of local history that I never knew even existed. Well, my coffee is empty. The last one, we're going to say the best for last. This is a fairly large envelope. Comes to me all the way from New Jersey. Got some interesting stamps. Got a rabbit, and it looks like a pear and a koi fish. Pretty interesting. I don't buy stamps, so I don't see them anymore unless I get them on mail. And a lot of the mail that I get besides this postcard mail is pre-mirrored mail, whatever it is. So, anyways, they did a good job at packaging this. I can appreciate the attention and detail. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, they really packaged this up well. I'm going to give them good regards on the eBay feedback. Most definitely. Probably one of the better ones I've seen packaged. Enough rambling. Okay. Now, I'm going to try to take this out of the package here. The sleeve. Got a glare on it. This is a Virginia Reel roller coaster. These were not real popular, no pun intended, back in the 30s, 40s, that sort of thing, maybe even earlier. This one was located at Ontario Beach Park in Charlotte, New York. And what this was very untypical of roller coasters, even today's standards. There is one that's similar, but it's a little bit different. What you would do is you would get it in a tub. Looks like a big round tub, kind of similar to those big water raft rides that you ride at the amusement parks, but it doesn't float on water, obviously. You would go up the lift hill here, and it would just zigzag down this mountain looking facade and kind of spin around and back up here. But the whole time that tub was rotating. It freely rotated. If you're familiar with fair rods, kind of like a tilt-a-whirl, how if you had a lot of weight in it on one side, it would spin more dramatically and that sort of thing. I don't think there's any around anymore. There is some renditions of them. I know over in Asia, China, Japan, they have some that's kind of like this, but not as exciting as these, I guess you were. These were pretty exciting. I think they were almost too exciting for people, where they got real dizzy and sick, and it was kind of those once and done things where people didn't want to ride it too many more times than once, and the people lost money on it because people weren't riding it. Anyways, this is kind of the predecessor to a wild mouse roller coaster. If you've ever seen, there's some fairs that have wild mouse coasters, and a lot of theme parks have wild mouse coasters. If you know what a wild mouse coaster is, this is kind of the predecessor to that. So, this is from the early 1900s. I don't see, now there is a date, a watermark, not watermark, a postmark, but it's so faint, I can't see when it is. As a 1-cent stamp, and that's it. It's very interesting. Yeah. I'm going to go back and look at the listing, see if there is a date on it, on that listing. It's early 1900s. If it's older than 1930, I'd be surprised. It's probably older than that. But anyways, just kind of one of those interesting roller coaster historical postcards that, though I've never rode one of these, I've always been intrigued by them. I've seen a couple of videos online of them, and it always intrigued me. But kind of wish I was born back in those days to ride some of these rides, because the safety aspects weren't, buckle up and all this other stuff. It's more exhilarating, but, it was also more dangerous. But it's just kind of an interesting piece of the roller coaster history that I don't remember what I paid for this. I might have paid a little bit up for this, and I might not have. I'll have to go back and look. But anyways, it was just one of those cool pieces that I had to get to add my roller coaster postcard collection. Okay, so I kind of like this idea I had with the just randomly picking postcards out of the pile. Usually when I'm buying postcards and looking at them online, I kind of get into a groove where I'm picking all of one area or one subject matter. I like this better, I think. I think it's going to do a little bit well, so people kind of want to, stay tuned longer. What am I going to bring up next? What am I going to open up next? It's not all the same thing where, like, kind of last week I had all motels and that sort of thing. This right here is a pretty good conglomerate of postcards. It's a bunch of different ones. It's different subject matter. I like it. Pretty interesting. Some of these things I've seen before. I remember seeing this as a kid. Wrote on this. Don't remember this. Way too early for my time, and wish I was there. But just some cool historical postcards that had to get to my collection, and I thought I'd show y'all off. The weather's getting better. This weekend it maybe didn't break in the 90s too much. Heat index was around 100 still. Still a little bit too hot to be camping, but once that weather breaks, y'all look out for the camping videos. I got about 5, 6, 7 of them planned, and as soon as that weather breaks, I'm getting some time off and taking off. My health is doing good. My arm's doing better. Every day is getting better. I'm still on my supplements and doing my exercises and that sort of thing, but other than that, it's looking up pretty good. But anyways, appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.